pirate guy who's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one more time here, and just give my honest opinion of the game. You know, I'm not gonna give you kind of a, I'm not gonna pull any punches. Just gonna go straight out and say it. So I'm gonna give 3 positive things and 3 negative things. So 3 positive things. I really like the art style, the way the game looks. It's cartoony, kind of Borderlands. It's like slightly Borderlandsy, but very nice. There's nothing negative you can say about the way the game looks or the art direction. So I don't think anybody said B. Yeah, so the way it looks is fantastic, and the way it all the characters are designed is fantastic as well. Whoops, I can't do that one. And the performance is good. I mean, it's Unreal Engine 3. It's not really using a newer engine, but it's definitely looks good. It's getting close. Here's that blade spin. That blade spin is just nasty. And it charges really, really quickly. And another thing I like about it is while it's kind of entering into this whole sort of cluster genre of let's see, where's everybody going? To this cluster genre of hero shooter, if you want to call that. I guess it's an emerging genre of hero shooter. It is really different. The third-person camera gives it a different feel. It feels more like you're kind of playing an MMO. Again, I mentioned that game Loadout, which was briefly around. I haven't seen the game talked about in a long time. But it adds a lot of elements in it that are let me back off here. And let me level up. Whoa, there's some dude. But it adds enough to differentiate itself from the other games in the genre where it feels different. It feels unique. It definitely just doesn't feel like another. Let's see here, this. And let's do this and that. But it remains familiar. It's very MOBA-like. There's no creeps, at least that I've seen yet. Instead of towers, it adds that whole kind of control node thing where you can spawn a specific kind of creature that can, you know, either give health to you or build a wall or all these other little aspects. Very, very interesting. Very different. And unlike a game like Paladins, and of course I really like Paladins, and I'm not just trying to repeat the usual criticism of it. But there's no real Me Too heroes, you know. It's if people say that not comparing Paladins to Overwatch is, you know, it's an unfair thing, you can't do that. They're completely different. I mean, really, Makoa is he's Roadhog with a couple of Winston's abilities with that bubble shield. You know, that's really what he is. And I prefer Paladins to Overwatch. But none of the characters in this game are like that. There's nothing here that really sticks out as a, especially Overwatch copy or anything else like that. And that's, I guess you can't attack it. And that's actually a really, really positive thing. I like that this game is something completely different, you know. I mean, the closest thing you could say is this character, the HK, whatever his name is, because he has an Bastion-like ability, but that's not really enough to make him feel like Bastion at all. He's just, you know, he has a turret ability like Bastion. That's about it. If that's the worst thing you can say about this game, that's really not too bad. But the Guardian here, that feels more like a turret where you get close and it causes damage to you. See, I got a couple ults here. Whoa, good. Okay, and I guess that's 3 positive things. I'm actually not trying to keep track. I'm actually trying to not die here. But so, let's talk about some negative things. Is there anything really negative I can say about this game? Right now, the amount of currency you get per win, I think, is a little bit low. I'm not really adverse to I'm not really adverse to spending money for a game, especially. You know, I'm not really against that idea. I really actually prefer it if a free-to-play game allows you the option to just buy in, you know, and because why not? That's actually a really fair thing. Paladins does that, and Battle Right did that, I believe. I believe Battle Right did that too. Okay, and we won again. That's not too bad. But Battle Right gave you that ability where you could buy in and just get the whole thing, and Paladins does it. I really like that. If only League of Legends did that, you know, like pay $60, get all the heroes, you know. But anyway, fewer deaths, decent efficiency. Alright, so Gigantic, yeah, not that bad. Not that bad at all. I'm not going to be uninstalling it. I'm going to actually probably play a little bit more of the game. You know, and if people are still watching it, I might start streaming it some more. I mean, I had a pretty good time playing that. It's not the smoothest experience I've had in these kind of games. I prefer a shooter like Paladins or Overwatch compared to this. But that being said, it's different. I like the third person. You know, yeah, so my first impressions are pretty positive. I'll definitely be playing again. And if you've tuned in here, we had a couple people here. Thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast here, and you know, catch me on Twitch, catch me on Instagram and Twitter. We're gonna be playing some more CCGs today. I'm gonna try a couple other ones that are new. I'm gonna play some Shadowverse later. I'm gonna play some Eternal, which I've never played. Some Faeria or Fairy, whatever you call it. I've never played that, and the Elder Scrolls CCG, which I have just played the tutorial, and that's it. So I'm actually going to play all three of these on stream and see my first impression. So yeah, Gigantic, really, really fun game. Can't really say anything negative about it except for, you know, this can be said about any free-to-play game or any game right now in the what do you call it, the environment of Overwatch being what it is. Yeah, the longevity of the game, I don't know. I mean, Gigantic's really good. It's really good that it's being on Steam now. Before, I think it was just released on the Perfect World Arc client. Yeah, not bad. Like the art style, like the performance, like the heroes. Have to play it some more to see how the currency model is. I really don't like it when games just give the rotating. That's how all free-to-play games are, I understand. But it really limits your choice in a hero shooter. You know, they should do what Heroes of the Storm did, where it gives you more, maybe more of an... You kind of get something of everything, you know. In this game, you have one person, it looks like, of each role. Granted, there's a much smaller pool of characters right now in Gigantic than there is in Heroes of the Storm. But yeah, good game. Gonna play it some more, and hey, that was pretty positive. Anyway, that's all the time I have for right now. I'm gonna come back here on live here in a few minutes. Gonna play some CCGs, and hey, check me out later for that. Thank you so much for tuning me in.